Sam calling the select board special meeting to order at 9:15 on Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. This is a one-topic meeting. There is no public comment. Okay, so I'll try to make this short and sweet. So as everyone knows, the project to decide the fate of Neary is coming to a head very soon. The vote is on August the 12th. We've got three choices currently that are still on the table. One is to completely rehab and expand Neary to a 4-grade school. The others are new schools. One is a 2-grade school, one is a 4-grade school. The original plan had been to put the new school where the fields at Neary are, where we had the two outdoor town meetings. However, once there was a look taken at the quality of the soil there, we realized that that was all previously filled ground, and we would have to take out 6 feet of topsoil to then put soil back that would hold the foundation. And it was going to be a very expensive process, and then it was also going to be a very disturbing process. There were going to be estimated 300 big trucks coming up and down Parkerville Road, hauling the dirt in and out. So quite disruptive to the school, and certainly a big cost. And we weren't certain we even knew what the cost was. There was a lot of question marks. So the decision then was made to take a look at the current site where the building sits. And that's where we are today. So the project that will be put forth, if it's a new school, is to tear down Neary where it is and basically site the new school almost on the same footprint. Obviously, the 4-grade school would take up more room, but still use that footprint. We believe the soil there is much better. Obviously, the school has sat there fine for these years. There's no evidence of cracking, floods, whatever. So we do believe the soil underneath the current school is a lot better, and therefore will save quite a bit of money as far as site cost. You also may recall that at the May 2022 regular town meeting that we had in Algonquin, the first one we had indoors after COVID, the one that Al was famous for saying stop digging, we approved a $950,000 article to fund the phase that we're in now to do the feasibility and schematic design of the school. So we have spent, or we've committed about $947,000 of that money. So we don't have anything left over. We are trying to get the estimated cost of this building down to a realistic number because it's so high. You know, normally you go in, and Al knows this, you go in and the number you start out with is always going to be higher than the real construction costs because there's a lot of risk and contingencies, whatever. So we're trying to get some of that out now. So what we want to do is do 4 more soil borings right at where the school is now, underneath and right outside, to make sure we think we've got good soil there in order to proceed, so that we have a cost that is realistic as far as what we've got to do for the site preparation for the building where it stands right now. So we don't have the money to do that. So that's the purpose of this meeting, is to request that we approve $10,000 worth of, or $10,000 of ARPA funds to fund the soil boring cost that we can't do without some additional money. We believe that by doing that, we're going to have a better idea of the soil, and we can take some of the contingency that's in this project right now, which is 15%, hopefully out of it by the time we get to town meeting next April. If this is where this lands, that's what the plan is right now. So that's request is where the select board approved $10K to fund the cost of doing these 4 soil borings, to make sure that we have a good idea of what the soil looks like around where the school sits right now.
I hate to ask, but where does the 10 come from?
I think
So Sam, you're with me when we talked to Colorado. So we think we've got probably $235,000 of ARPA funds to be spent between projects that didn't use it all, et cetera. So that's where it comes from. Now, and I'll digress for a second. So we met with Carla the other morning, Sam and I did, and the plan is Capital is going to come. They're going to meet Thursday night, and they're going to give us a list of things that can be spent for the next year that we know we're going to do if we need to quickly encumber that money. They're going to give us a list of 400,000 to be safe, and so we've got that as our plan B if we do need to quickly act and make sure that all the ARPA money gets encumbered by 12/31/24. So that's your long answer, Sam. It's part of that 235.
Yeah, I heard the NERI discussion about this. I think this is money very well spent. So if push comes to shove, I'd be willing to donate some of the National Grid money if there's any left for this one. This is an important one.
It's going down pretty fast, Sam.
Yeah.
So I agree with Sam. This is absolutely necessary to do, one of the biggest risks in any project is what happens when you put the shovel in the dirt.
Absolutely. Ledge, and we got lots of ledge in this, in the Northeast. So absolutely. So Mark Davis is on the finance subcommittee with Andrew Pfaff and I, and he's really good at all the site stuff. He has really been helpful as far as really understanding the NERI site because he knows the whole history. So he is adamant that this needs to be done. So this is, you're singing to the choir as far as that goes too.
Yeah.
So Kathy, I was just surprised to hear about the 230 number of ARPA money that got committed to something and not spent. What were the biggest contributors to that?
Well, National Grid is one of them. So we're assuming
Okay.
National Grid is not going to happen. And then there was a little bit, we already had a little bit in a bucket that had been committed. So that's part of it. So that's probably 150 to 235. And then there's just been small turnbacks over the last couple of months because Carla has truly been on everybody's case. She's given everybody now to September 30th to basically confirm that they have committed the money, and they've been told if it's not September 30th, we're going to take it back and we're going to do something else with it. Doesn't mean we can't find other money for them at some point with whatever, but she's been very firm. So it's a combination of things, Andrew.
Okay. And I know this is digressing a little bit, but if the plan is to demolish NERI and then put a new NERI on top of NERI, what do you do during the interim?
Close the schools for a couple of years.
No school.
Yeah. So they've got, they've worked
have
out
a
the
plan.
plan. They've got a
Good
very
plan.
definite plan. So they're going to move one grade to Fenn and one grade to Woodward. Now Woodward is tight. So they're going to have to add, and at Fenn too, they're going to add 4 modular classrooms to each place to make sure there's enough room. But they have studied this in pretty good depth. They're going to also move Northborough pre-K out of Fenn. They're going to have to go back to Northborough. We've been housing them for a long time, so we won't be able to do that anymore. It'll only be Southborough pre-K left at Fenn. So that will take out like 45 students, I think, as far as Fenn goes. So the plan is 1 grade at Woodward, 1 grade at Fenn. It should be for 2 years. They've thought very hard, so it's going to be 5, 4, 3 at Woodward, and 2, 1 and kindergarten and pre-K at Fenn.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
overall, it sounds a lot less disruptive than some of the other plans, as a matter of fact.
So they thought about using charter's got a lot of room too, but there just really is a problem, they think, with moving 5th graders with 8th graders. There's such a difference. So they thought about it and looked at it, but decided that just wasn't the right path to go. So they think that this is the better path to go as far as where to move the kids. So they'll be moved out for 2 full years.
Okay.
Okay, I'll move that we approve the request for the transfer of $10,000 from ARPA funds.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Andrew,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Al,
Aye.
and Cook is aye, so 4-0. Okay, guys, that's it for the moment. Okay.
Move to adjourn?
One more
Second.
before we move to adjourn.
So right now, our next meeting is not until August 6th. Right?
Yeah, so this is very important. So listen to this date. August 12th is when the NERI Building Committee is going to vote on which one of those 3 projects they think should go forward to town meeting. I guess it's a majority vote, right? August 9th, the NERI Building Subcommittee, of which I'm the chair, Andrew Pfaff, Mark Davis, we will be meeting. We will have the latest estimate from the estimators to basically work through and be ready to present to the full committee on the 12th, which of course, some people will use that as a basis for voting on which project. So if you want to tune in to that meeting, it's going to be on Friday, August 9th at 1 o'clock. You may want to, because you may want to weigh in on August 12th as a select board member to that discussion. I mean, that's when that vote's going to take place. And at that point, we're done. So it's either going to be 2 grade, 4 grade new school, or a 4 grade complete renovation of NERI. That's our 3 choices. So if you really if you want to be able to weigh in before the vote instead of after the fact, Because at that point, you just say, it's either yes or no, right? You either support or you don't. You don't have a choice. You may want to watch that Neary Building Committee's Finance Subcommittee meeting on the 9th, and then weigh in on the 12th when it's a public meeting to actually do the vote. All right, so at that point, we'll know whether Finn's going to be closed or whether the project involves Finn being closed. And Andrew, I'm saying that to you because of the Highland Committee. All right, so now
Well-
that's it. Okay, so now, Al, you want to do your motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Roll call vote, Al,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Andrew,
Aye.
Cook is aye. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Not yet.